Hi, Zizaran here with another heist video, and today we're going to be just announcing another play with me. This is tomorrow or Tuesday. Ideally I do want to announce these ahead of time. I'm a terrible streamer, I know, I'm sorry. So this is the 6th of October, and we're going to try to do this a little bit later in the day, so 11 a.m. my time for like Americans and Europeans stuck at work and stuff. So we'll switch up the time zones a little bit. And this is going to be for a Chieftain Discharge Ignite. This is something I wanted to do really early and actually considered doing as my league starter, but I was a little bit unsure how something like Endurance Charge generation was going to be. So I wasn't really comfortable doing this as my league starter. But obviously now I have some of the items that I would want to get, and I want to like show you those items and walk you through them. So if you're new to the Play With Me series, the way this works is that I usually level a character on a pretty cheap budget with very accessible items to around Act 9. The Play With Me isn't like a league starter build. They're usually more like, hey, this is a cool second character, and I want to show you some easy ways to level those. First of all, something I like to show off is how to make really good leveling ones, and this is important for a lot of different skills. So what we have here is an item level 2 driftwood wand. Level 3 is fine too, but I think there's 1 or 2 more mods. The fewer mods that are on the wand, the easier we have of it rolling what we want. We do need item level 2 since that is where the +1 of all spell skill gem levels happen. So the way you get item level 2 on is you make a new character and then de-level it with sell a scouring and a wisdom to the vendor. And then like everything the vendor sells is 1 level higher than you. So since you're level 1, it sells level 2. So we bought a item level 2 driftwood 1, and now we're going to use this scorched fossil. And we didn't get what we want. Usually it's like less than 5 or 6. This is obviously why this isn't a league starter thing. But these are incredibly strong for leveling new characters, and you can make this for anything, right? Lightning, chaos, cold, physical, because the item level 2, when you use the fossil, there are so few prefixes, so it's very likely. I have 2 of these for every single class, and they're the best thing you can get for leveling spell skills. We have a few other things as well that we'll go over. Red Blade Banner, this is something you pretty much must have. I think Discharge isn't going to feel nice at all without it. It's going to feel super janky, which is why I didn't want to do it as a league starter. These are pretty cheap, and they're also very easy to farm yourself. Just do the lighthouse map. Twinned boss would help, but they drop off the boss in the map. I think I got it in my first 3 or 4, and I think I've had 3 or 4 so far. So they are very, very droppable as long as you're target farming lighthouse. And then we're going to try using Infirm Doors for Solve. You could just use a gold rim as well, and I probably will end up using a gold rim early, so I should just chuck that in the tab here. If you're playing Tradely, or that you've found a 6-link Cloak of Flame, that should be really nice for Discharge, because it does have the Ignite duration on it, but that's not important. I'm either going to be using a Tabitha, or maybe a 4 or 5 link early on, and we'll see how it feels at different stages. Wanderlust, just, very, very nice. I'm going to try to get a replica career ward, because as much AoE as you can get for this build is really nice. But career ward is really good nonetheless, because we're going to struggle on Dex and Int for this build. Ideally have a second character on standby so you can buy gems and stuff that you need, because I know Marauder gets a little scuffed on gems. So I would recommend that. The ones I'm buying ahead of time at least is like LMP, GMP, Flame Wall. You definitely don't get that. You'd have to make a second character. And we're going to be leveling with Flame Wall and Fireball all the way until we can use the Red Blade Banner. And then we're going to be using Discharge, which I should have in this tab already. But like that's the main gems we're going to need. All the other ones we should be able to buy at like Library. We are going to be using some like minor currency like Chromes, Fusings, Jewelers and stuff like that. Again, this is not meant to be like a league start simulation. It's meant to be a second character. And yeah, I normally play these characters until Blood Aqueduct like this, and then start using whatever stuff I have in my stash and scale it further. We do have to get Call to Arms early, but I also do want to get like Divine Judgment early for leveling. So that's part of what we like see in the Play With Me, right? Like, how do I actually level the character? They usually end up lasting somewhere between 2 and 4 hours until I get to Blood Aqueduct, and then I just level to level 70 there, and then we go forward and kill Katava. I hope you guys will join me. This is October the 6th, so Tuesday, and 11 a.m. BST, Belfast Summertime. I wish that's what it was called. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the Play With Me series, and try to die Less than I do. Wait, I had audio for this, yeah. Oh, sweet.